I think it's one of the best kept secret for getting started, because the VCs are really looking for, or even the organized angel group are really looking for tractions before they commit. But angel investors will invest in people first, so you can definitely raise money that way. So that's what we did. It's certainly a tough climate, I think, for raising capital right now. For about $1 million from various angels when we got started. 10% warrant goes as opposed to 20%.
Tough guy.
I think the structure that I proposed was pretty good for the investors. I mean, it was prime plus 2% and plus a 10% discount on whatever the value of the first round was going to be.
For how long?
12 months.
Huh.
So
You the man. You are the man.
So the way to do that is to actually say that and then shut up. And then
they got a 10% discount for a 1-year convertible note?
10% discount, 1-year convertible note, and they're really happy. They love it. They like our business. They're still supporting our business.
You're in the right business selling used iPods.
Exactly. 2 points that I think maybe you might find useful as opposed to just sheer luck. The first one is actually what you mentioned. I think our first investor built a $7 billion company, and everybody else wanted to be part of that too once he invested in us. So whoever's going to write your first check is very, very important, because a lot of people will follow after that. And the reason why we're able to keep the warrant coverage so low is because I read somewhere that it could potentially hamper raising a professional round if you give too much of a discount to the original money. So that's what I use as my excuse. I said, we definitely want to raise an A round, so why put ourselves in a situation where we may not be able to do that if the discount is too high?
Well, God only gets 10%.
Also really good resources out on the internet, especially look at Venture Hacks.
Yeah.
He does an absolutely, it's done by two VCs entrepreneurs, and they do a wonderful job of looking at all of the details, how to do those negotiations. I've never found a better resource than Venture, for that
One
talk.
thing we did that was extremely helpful, and I'll pass that on to anyone that will consider starting a company, and that is go out and do a convertible note as the very first thing to do. Because what that does is that gives you some time on the clock, get some people on board without giving up any equity. When I first started Sonar, I had all these people that were like willing to give us, $250,000 for 20% of the company. Instead, we went out and we raised, $1 million from various people, and all they got in return was a note saying, yep, that will convert into equity at some point. And that gave us a lot of confidence as we went out and did the fundraising and started building the company. And on top of that, it gave us a lot of great contacts that even now are helping us out.
What kind of sweetener did you have to give those note holders?
So, they need the usual, right? Warrant coverage, interest and all that. But it was sort of, 20% in that range that you would get in terms of that. And, we gave them prime rate in terms of, interest on the note. And for us, it lasted about 6 months. But it was a great start. Before that, we ran, we had a team of about 10 people that ran for about 9 months without salary. And I would say that's what you need to be prepared for, right? My team was like, we did Ballin first and did net objects. So we had some success, we've been around the block, but still people want to see results. They want to see IP, they want to see uptake, all those. I think the thing to sort of keep in mind is that even though it's an angel round you're raising, it is going to take time, right? And you want to be careful and sort of feel it out for what's reasonable in terms of the amount you want to raise. Because if you walk around and you're collecting checks that's only $10,000, it's going to take you a lot of time. And down the road, when you need to get in and sort of communicate with all these investors and so forth, it makes your life a lot harder and expensive with lawyers and so forth. So keep that in mind. And I think what you want to do, what we did that was really key for us was we found one investor that pulled in a bunch of other guys.
Yeah.
And that was a really good thing. And there is a lot of people here. The unfortunate thing right now is that a lot of people are a little short on cash right now. A lot of people are complaining, my stock, portfolio is in the tank right now. So you got to be careful with that right now, I would say. But you know, get it going. I think it's still a very viable way to go. And you know, find some people again that can help you. Like in my case, one of the guys I got on board, he's now a CEO. He was the CEO of Palm Sauce at the time, Patrick McVeigh. And I went to Patrick and I showed him what we were doing, and Patrick was like, I love it, can I invest? And I was like, great. We started talking, and before I knew, he was on the board. And I think that's actually another very important thing here with the convertible note is that establish your board early before you get the VCs on board, right? So you sort of have a couple of guys that you can work with before you get the VCs on, so we can get to know each other.
You know, we did, I think, 20% convertible note discount warrants, and then we actually had some discount on top of that. And all you need is the first first guy to sort of capitulate or put money in, and then the rest should really follow because then you leverage the first one.